everything is fine. That's what some people say when everything is not fine. So we've got wellness expert and mental health advocate Dr. Chi here because you recognize signs in women, especially when they're starting to get to that burnout phase. And that's a lot of times when they're trying to keep it together, but it's not staying together, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So what does that look like when people are starting to get burnt out?
So burnout can look like a ton of different things in different people. It doesn't show its face in one particular way. You could be burnt out and feel exhausted, tired. You can't get up in the morning. And I can wake up in the morning and feel great, but throughout the day I'm exhausted or I lose joy in doing things that I love to do. So there's different signs and different colors that burnout shows in you. So it's hard to say what is the exact sign of burnout, but it's good to know you and know when something's different.
Okay, because as a mom, I might say I'm tired all the time.
Yes.
Like, how would I know a difference? But there's some kind of change that I would be experiencing. Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. So what are some other things that we can keep an eye out for? Certain behaviors or anything else?
Yeah, when you start noticing that you're not doing things that you truly enjoy doing or things that you used to be passionate about and you're not so passionate because you just don't have the energy to do it. For me personally, I am a physician. I work full-time in the hospital. So I would say for my experience in burnout showed its head full force during COVID. So I'm seeing sick patients every day. I'm talking to family members. Unfortunately, everyone's sick, and I'm realizing that I'm just going, and I'm just realizing that I'm taking in so much emotion for them and for me. And so my brick wall, you would say, it was I just couldn't go anymore. I was seeing a patient. After I finished seeing them, I lost it. Like, I got mad at the nurse for no reason. I went to the other room and started crying. So like these are abnormal signs that aren't normal for me. Like I don't do that. And so I knew I had to take a pause, take a second and realize what's going on. Like, why am I feeling this way? And why did I break down this way? And so this is when I noticed, okay, Chi, take a pause, take a second and realize something needs to change.
Let's talk about the emotional extra burden that we often take on, because we may talk a lot about all the things that we have to do, but even just, I guess, listening and being a support system for other people, that could add on to that burnout as well.
Yeah. We feel like we can take on people's emotions but not even handling our own. We feel like we can give advice when we're not taking our own advice. And that could be a burden to us, unfortunately, because we haven't been able to take care of ourselves. I also see family members treating their family members who are in the hospital when deep down they're barely even holding it together. And you will go and go mentally and realize that physically you're shutting down as well. It comes all together full circle.
You'd be taking care of somebody else and you need a checkup.
Exactly.
Okay. So what did you do when you started having that feeling?
Well, first I took a big pause. I actually called my best friend and was like, something's not right. Like I need to slow down. I actually took a little sabbatical off of work. I had to take a second and really just take a break for me. Mental health therapy professionals is a bonus. I recommend that for a lot of people. It's a way to check in with yourself. And so I started checking in with myself more often and realizing and asking myself, how are you, Chi? How are you doing today? And not just a casual, how are you, but really, how are you? Like, are you okay? Are you eating well? Are you engaging in physical activity? These things were good for me, and that's what I needed to do for myself, is to check in with myself more often and realize when something is not right, stop and pause and go back to figure out what's going on.
That is a great checklist. Like, how often do you recommend we stop and ask ourselves those questions?
Honestly, everyone's different, but for me, I have to check in myself once a week.
Okay.
Because things change dramatically. Things can change one week to the next. You could be happy one week and the next week you're sad because of something changed, life changing. So it's good to just check in with yourself. It doesn't have to be a long check-in, but maybe take a 10-minute walk and just kind of ask yourself, we're doing okay? What do we need to do to change? Things like that. That will make a big difference. difference. You'll be surprised.
Yeah, and for a lot of us, our baseline is just so busy and going and going and going, and you don't really realize that you're burnt out or you're super tired until you stop. Like when I took this vacation, sitting out over the water, I'm like, oh, like I was tired. But a lot of us just feel that pressure to, you know, execute and make sure everything's done. So what's your recommendation for working our minds around that?
So I know a lot of people have busy lives. We have moms, we have our work that is demanding, we have to meet deadlines, things like that. So I know it's hard to say, I have to say no to this. But there are some times where you can say no. Say no to things where you have a second and know that there's other things that you can be doing, like resting. There's other things that are more important that you can take your time up with. And those are kind of signs that you can look out for and just try to be more committed to yourself.
Okay, I hear you saying that we can say no to things even if it's like we don't have to have something else to do that's a conflict with our schedule. We can just say no because we need to rest. Did I hear that correctly?
Yeah, we take on a lot. We have a lot on our plates. There are some things that you can take out. You just have to be able to be strong enough to know that someone else can take over that. Or I have a support system. Who can I divvy out this role to? And I can just take 30 minutes and just be to myself. Like there are things that we just hate to let go of. Like we want to hold tight to everything. Like this is mine, I want to do it. But no, it's okay. Give this to somebody else. It doesn't make you weak. It makes you human.
Yeah, because you're not a superwoman.
Exactly.
Right?
Not all the time.
Yeah, I think sometimes the challenge is maybe the other person who you're trying to hand it off to may not do it the way that you like it done.
You're the one that has to handle it, so I'm going to do it. I can take care of it. So yeah, that happens all the time.
Okay, so are there tips to get our minds right with that? Like just making peace maybe with that?
Let go.
Okay. She's like 2 words.
Just let go.
Yeah.
Like, it sounds easy, but sometimes we could just let go. And you'll be surprised that you're not the only person that can handle it. You'll be surprised. Trust them.
Okay, all right. I like that. Just let go. That's keeping it easy for us.
Keeping it easy.
Any other tips or things we should keep in mind to try to avoid getting burnt out?
Just plan out your time, plan out your vacations, plan out the time for yourself. The biggest thing that we underestimate is sleep, the power of sleep. Try for a week going to bed 30 minutes earlier for a week. Okay. I guarantee you'll notice a big difference. Just 30 minutes, just do that. Those simple changes can make a big difference in how you feel, how your energy is, but most importantly, take time out for you.
Okay, I like this. All the tips, I've been sitting here. You've been talking to me, Dr.
Yes,
Chi.
okay.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be right back with our final thoughts. I want to thank our guests for coming in, helping us avoid a mental health emergency, and help others as well. Okay, so Anna, any other tips for us?
Yeah, I'm going to paraphrase my dear friend Fred Rogers when I say, if it's mentionable, it's manageable. So if you are struggling, find one person that you can talk to honestly about how things are going. And on the other side, if you have someone in your life that you can sense is struggling, be bold and reach out to them in a loving and caring way. Because that's the only way we tackle this is together.
Yes, and no judgment.
No judgment.
What about you, Dr. Chi?
Well, if you're a high achiever like me, we can work through burnout without even noticing it. We can work through our jobs, we can show up for other people, and we just don't know these signs. So if you just kind of take a step back and realize that, don't confuse independence with isolation. Ask for help. Get out there, ask for anyone there to be by your side, and just get that support system and lean on them.
Yeah, so good. All right, there's help out there. We just gotta reach out for it. All right, thank you, ladies, and I want to thank you for watching another episode of Chattin' with Chelsea. Keep up with us on social at Chelsea Show Fox. Wardrobe provided by Trezor Cachet Boutique. We'll see you next time.